explain why it's important for you to be out here on the line today.
Okay, first of all, I'm Michael Trucco. I'm a proud SAG member. I've been walking these lines since WGA started, and then of course our union started. There's a lot of reasons. I've said this before, and I've been quoted as the hill I die on is AI. I know a little something about AI. It doesn't end well. I want to protect the integrity of the artists. There's a lot of things that are going on. There's a transition in the business. There's a corporatocracy that's happening in America across the board, no matter what the business is. And our business is directly affected by that. So I am trying to represent and try to stand for that solidarity in opposition to the corporatocracy in America, the disparity in pay. But one of the biggest issues for me is this issue of AI, where they think they can transition a creative business into a structured, computerized business. And I just don't ever want to see that happen, at least not in my lifetime. It's not that I'm ignorant to AI. I know that's the evolution of technology, and I'm aware of it, but we need to heavily regulate it.
Well, and as carefully as possible, I know there's obviously limitations to what you can say about things with SAG. As someone who's been in genre shows, what are the frustrations of kind of living in that world as a creative person and seeing how things can go so drastically awry, and then seeing people make the same mistakes in the real world, seemingly thinking that they will have a different outcome?
Well, that's a great quote. The only thing that history has taught us is that we never learn from history. We make the same mistakes over and over and over again. It's incredibly frustrating. Listen, we have a tendency, at least in our industry, to strike every 15 years because technology keeps evolving and the contracts don't. The business model is changing for the studios, for the networks, but they're not willing to change the business model for the actors, the writers, the composers, the directors. So that's where the frustration lies, is that we understand technology evolves. 30 years ago it was VHS. Nobody's ever going to watch anything on a videotape. Well, look what happened. Then 15 years ago it was DVDs. Nobody's going to watch DVDs. That's silly. That's ridiculous. Now we're in streaming services. People watch everything on their telephone. And they said, oh, it's a passing fad. It clearly isn't. So we have to be able to willing to evolve our business model, and the contracts need to reflect that.
As someone who has clearly a lot of passionate fans, what would you like fans to do from home to help support their cause?
That's a really good question. That's a tricky question, and I actually don't know the answer. My initial knee-jerk reaction was, cut ties, cut off your subscriptions to streaming, and I don't think that's the case. Somebody educated me on the backlash of that, and that's the thing, is I'm willing to listen and to hear good ideas. That was my knee-jerk reaction: is cut them, hit them where it hurts, take away their revenue. But I think that hurts the business in ways that would have longer-lasting effects than a strike. So I don't advocate for that. Really, it's just about being vocal. It's about voicing your support for the artists, because right now the optics for the studios and the AMPTP is not good. They don't look good. I hate to tell you guys, you just don't look good. You literally look like a movie villain. You're in your glass houses and your golden chariots, and you're stroking your chin with hundreds of millions of dollars, and it doesn't look good. So do the right thing.